Have you ever wondered how a single event could change the world forever? Enter World War II, a cataclysmic conflict that swept across the globe, pulling in the majority of the world's nations. On one side, the Allies, led by the United States, the Soviet Union, and the United Kingdom. On the other, the Axis, steered by Germany, Italy, and Japan. The war unfolded across two key theaters, the European theater and the Pacific theater. Though it began in 1939, the seeds of this devastating conflict were sown much earlier, in the aftermath of World War I. In the span of 6 years, the world witnessed invasions, occupations, and battles that would shape the course of history. The thunderous march of German boots echoed across Europe as the Axis powers initiated invasions and occupations, starting with Poland in September of 1939. The swift and brutal German blitzkrieg tactics left nations reeling. France, with its Maginot Line thought impenetrable, fell in less than 2 months. North Africa became a battleground as the Allies and Axis vied for control, while Italy, once an Axis power, became a war zone following the collapse of Mussolini's regime. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union, having been brutally invaded by Germany, experienced some of the war's most devastating conflicts on the Eastern Front. The Pacific Islands, too, were not spared, as they became the stage for intense naval and island-hopping campaigns. Amidst this global turmoil, the skies above Britain buzzed with aircraft in the summer and fall of 1940. The Battle of Britain saw the Royal Air Force in a desperate struggle against the German Luftwaffe. Their heroic resistance marked a turning point, proving Hitler's forces were not invincible. Simultaneously, a dark shadow was cast over Europe. The Holocaust, a genocide perpetrated by Nazi Germany, resulted in the systematic murder of 6 million Jews. This horrific crime against humanity stands as one of the most chilling reminders of the depths to which human cruelty can sink. As the war dragged on, the Allies plotted a daring assault to break Hitler's stranglehold on Europe. On June 6, 1944, D-Day, the largest amphibious invasion in history, was launched. Thousands of troops stormed the beaches of Normandy, marking a pivotal moment in the war. This bold move began the difficult journey towards reclaiming Europe from the clutches of the Axis powers. Each of these events contributed to the Allies' eventual victory, but the cost was unimaginably high. The world would forever be changed by the events that occurred over those 6 tumultuous years. The echoes of World War II still resonate, a reminder of a time when the world was engulfed in a conflict like no other. Over 70 million. That's the estimated number of lives lost in World War II, making it the deadliest conflict in human history. An unimaginable toll, a sea of faces, a world of stories silenced. The human cost of the war was not just about those who perished in battle, but also those who suffered the atrocities of genocide. The Holocaust, a horrifying chapter of this period, saw the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews by Nazi Germany. Entire families, communities, and cultures were wiped out in death camps, ghettos, and massacres. The world watched in silence as an entire people was nearly erased from existence. But the human cost doesn't stop at the number of lives lost. It extends to the survivors, those left to pick up the pieces of a shattered world. They carried the scars of the war, both physical and psychological, long after the last shot was fired. The war didn't just end lives. It changed the lives of those who survived, and it reshaped the world. World War II didn't just change the world, it created a new one. The political landscape was irreversibly altered. The United Nations was born out of the ashes of the war in 1945, with a mission to foster international cooperation and prevent future conflicts. At the same time, the ideological and geopolitical struggle between the United States and the Soviet Union, known as the Cold War, emerged as one of the defining characteristics of the post-war era. The economic impact was equally momentous. The war brought widespread destruction, ravaging cities, infrastructure, and economies. In response, the United States launched the Marshall Plan, a massive aid initiative to help Europe recover and rebuild. Technological advancements took a leap forward. The development and use of atomic bombs marked the dawn of the nuclear age, while rapid strides were made in aviation and warfare technologies. Colonial powers, weakened by the war, could no longer hold on to their colonies. This led to the decolonization of Asia and Africa, marking the end of the colonial era. Simultaneously, the balance of global power shifted. The war marked the decline of European dominance and the rise of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers. Lastly, the Nuremberg trials established precedents for prosecuting war crimes and crimes against humanity, marking a significant advancement in human rights and international law. World War II left indelible scars on our planet, but it also brought about changes that have shaped the world we live in today. It's a reminder of the destructive power of conflict and the transformative power of unity and cooperation.